Welcome to the Q&Q edition of the Soccer A to Z, the AZ. This is the quiz and question edition. It's a celebrity special.
Right. Ooh, who we got?
Shall I tell you now?
Oh, no, save it.
Shall I?
It.
Okay, I'll save it. The team are here. Helen's here. Joe's here.
Hello.
The Tubes is here.
Hello, team.
Stay tuned because we have got the quiz I just mentioned. It's got a couple of celebrities in there. We've got What's Right with Football, and we've got Anything But Football question, which isn't really about football. Time for our questions. Helen.
Questions this week. Rubinho, should we allow 3 p.m. kickoffs to be televised? Is it time?
Thing is, though,
no.
The other games that are on at different times, the grounds are always full, aren't they? It's not like, people aren't going to go to the game.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know.
But you can watch
Great
them.
question. It's a great question.
I think to stop people from buying those naughty sticks and watching them illegally, because if you want to watch them, you can watch them. And you can watch them at 3 o'clock everywhere else in the world.
So you think yes?
I think maybe it's time. Maybe try 1 or 2. Have a look at the ground capacity, and if it's taking people away from the grounds, stop it. If it's not, carry on.
Maybe. Sorry, Joe. Go on.
The cat's out of the bag, then, though, innit? If you start it, it's never going to. You're never going to put the genie back in the bottle.
Maybe if it's Liverpool Chelsea, let's say for instance, and it's towards the end of the season, and we're both still up there, or City or Arsenal, and you're thinking, shall I go to Northampton Town?
Cobblers.
No. Should you go to Northampton Town? I wonder if you think, go and watch the game. Maybe that's what they think. They'll stop people. No disrespect to Northampton Town or whatever.
Cobblers.
But also, can I just interject here that no Premier League game, no matter what, would stop me from going to watch my team of Torquay United. I know you do get people who say, Swindon are my local team, but Man United are my Premier League team. I know you do have those people. So, yeah, you're right. They may stay at home and watch the game if it's big, but no Premier League game would ever stop me from going to watch Torquay.
Do you know what? I usually can pick a side. I can't pick a side on this. I don't know.
I'm with Helen. Try it and see if it affects the
I'm just not sure. I'm not sure. Next question.
Peter Davis asks, who's the best celebrity footballer we've ever had on Soccer AM?
Is that evidence from the show? Because that's Serge, isn't it, from Kasabian?
Ralph Little.
Ralph Little was a decent player.
Ralph Little. MC Harvey was also.
No, Thingy's the best by miles, isn't he? Wilkes.
Jonathan
Wilkes. He's great.
Yeah, but what level did he play? Because Harvey.
He's really good.
Was he?
Oh, yeah, he was really good.
Harvey and Ralph Little played semi-pro.
Yeah, they did.
Top.
Yeah.
Ralph Little was a fullback, wasn't he?
Yeah, good player. Good player.
Yeah. I think Wilkes was up there, though. I think he played better semi-pro. He was. I played football with him a couple of times. Great left foot.
Yeah.
I think he left foot, wasn't he? Anyway,
left footers always look better, don't they?
I'm left-footed.
Oh yeah. Oh, right.
Maybe not then.
There's exceptions.
Are you left-footed and right-handed?
No, I'm both. But I bowl in cricket. I bowl left-handed and bat right-handed. And my dad and my brother both bat left-handed and bowl right-handed.
See, that's what my nan would call cack-handed.
I don't know your nan.
Nobody does now.
Wait for the next question.
Who said this? Right. Josh Hellingworth wants to know, what's everyone's favourite Christmas song?
Ooh.
Step into Christmas, step into Christmas, step into Christmas forever.
Thing is, right, about that song, no one knows the words to that song.
No idea.
Everyone knows step into Christmas, forever and ever. No one knows the words to it, do they?
I've got a few. Can you have a few? Pretenders 2,000 Miles.
Yeah.
The Waitresses Christmas.
No, I don't
Wrapping
like
or
that
something.
one.
Oh, that's good.
Goes on forever.
Do Nothing specials.
What?
It's a Christmas song.
Is it heck?
They released it in 1980, December 1980, and they wore Christmas jumpers on Soccer M on top of the pops. So of course it's a Christmas song. What's the definition of a Christmas song?
Christmas lyrics.
It's got bells on it.
Bells
Yeah.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
E17.
Stay now.
That's good.
But that's not a Christmas song, is it, either?
No,
Yeah.
He was talking about that the other day and said that they literally, right at the end of it, it wasn't a Christmas song at all. And right at the end of it, they just put the little jingly bells on it and said, we're going to release it at Christmas. And look what happened. And they had to do the video and all the white coats and everything. But it was never intended to be a Christmas song.
It is a banger.
What's
Hold
your
on,
favourite, Helen?
Hold on, do nothing though. Can I just reiterate? That was in December. They wore Christmas jumpers on top of the pops. So
Okay.
it's a Christmas got
yeah,
top 10.
because that one's on all of the Christmas compilations albums worldwide, isn't it? Every time you pick one up, oh, this is bloody specials again. It's a class song. It is a class song. I'll give
But
you
it's
that.
like the Die Hard argument, isn't it? It's a Christmas film. It's not. It was just released at Christmas.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis wasn't wearing a Christmas jumper, was he? When
What is yours, Helen?
It is Shakin' Stevens. Snow is falling.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
It's just so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
One that I just don't get sick of hearing is the Pogues.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's brilliant. I forgot about that one. Yeah, that's good.
It's just a classic, great song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we have a quiz?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Hey, should we have a celebrity quiz?
Yes, go on. It's Christmas.
Welcome to the Unfair Football Quiz. It's unfair because football is unfair. Before I
So
tell you about the
unfair.
let's meet our two celebrity competitors. Yeah, we have two gents I would like to say are our friends. But definitely they've been brilliant guests on everything I've ever done. But how will they fare in the Unfair Football Quiz? Please welcome Liverpool fan James Redmond and Spurs fan Antony Costa. Welcome to the show, guys.
Soccer AM legends.
Anthony, we'll start with you. You look amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks, Tim. I think coming on your other show that you normally do on a Sunday, I looked at myself on that. It was this time last year actually, and I was like, no, I've got to change my lifestyle. I've got to change it. And I was doing a show at the time as well, and yeah, I just thought, Costas, I've got to change it, and started to eat healthy. I mean, being on your show, the other show that you do, is not really good for the old diet, is it? Do you know what I mean? So.
I love the way Anthony's saying on that other show, like he can't say Sunday brunch. Look, I've got my mug here because I stole
can I
mine.
say it? Oh, you've got it all right then. Fantastic Sunday brunch.
You're allowed.
What have you been up to recently? How are the boys? How are the rest of the band? Are you got any gigs coming up?
Yeah, we've got loads of gigs. We've recently been to Italy, did a sellout tour over there. We recently got back. I got back yesterday from Eastern Europe. We did a couple of gigs out there. I've got Dubai on Sunday, and then I'm back, and then I'm off for Christmas. Before that, I was doing a show called Mamma Mia the Party at the O2, which was a lot of fun. Real good stuff.
How was that? Because that was quite a long run, wasn't it?
It was 18 months on and off. It was a brilliant show to do. Yeah, so I loved it. I absolutely adored it. I loved playing a Greek restaurant owner because I know a lot of them. It was good fun. It was great. I got to be someone else for 2 hours, which I love doing.
Great. Before we get into football, let's meet James as well. James, how are you? Are you well this morning?
I'm okay, mate. I'm surviving. Look at us. I mean, apart from Helen, look how old we all look, mate. What's happened? It's just shot by, isn't it?
You can't stop the aging process, James.
You can. Botox,
yeah, but then, I mean, I can't act very well in the first place. So imagine that. I couldn't move my face. Oh, I'm so angry. Oh, I'm so happy.
How's it going? You got a couple of things on Prime at the moment, haven't you?
I have. Thanks for mentioning them. Yeah, The Outlaws, Steve Merchant's sitcom. I did an episode of Series 2. That's on Amazon Prime and BBC iPlayer, as is We Hunt Together, which is Eve Miles' show, which is really good too. It's like a crime thriller thing. I'm doing stand-up, which I've been doing 15 years now. 15 years.
15 years?
Behind me.
Blimey.
I should be funnier. But I just love it. I just, it's not, I'm just on the UK circuit. I'm not doing much, else apart from that. But it's brilliant fun, 2 or 3 nights a week, just going around the country and doing stand-up and being able to watch great stand-ups, because there's usually 3 or 4 of us on each bill. So it's brilliant just watching comedy and getting paid to do that. It's brilliant. I love it.
All right, let's talk footy. You're top of the league at the moment. Chelsea are there, though, aren't they? Yeah, Chelsea are
Wasn't going to mention it. I wasn't going to mention that we're top of the league. Top of both leagues, actually. Champions League as well.
Flying in the Champions League. They are
aren't they?
proper flying in the
And your
Champions League.
gaffer just looks the best, doesn't he?
He does look. It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, he's just sort of. I like what he's done. He's thought, right, don't change anything. Don't buy anybody. Don't sell anybody. Just shh. Don't mention Klopp. Just keep playing as you were. And he's just kept Trent back in defence a bit more. So we're a bit more solid defensively. And Gravenberch has been amazing because we were, gutted not to buy Caicedo and Lavia when you got them. And then we tried to buy Zubamendi and also Tchouaméni, I think. Didn't get them. So we've just got this attacking midfielder playing defensive mid amazingly well. And I don't think even he knew he could do that. So that's been great.
Okay, who wants to speak to Antony about Spurs?
I'll give it a go. Obviously, myself and Tim buzzing that we went to a three-point lane again and got the result. How are you feeling about Spurs and Big Ange at the moment, Ant?
I am 50-50, boys. I'll be honest with you. I said this last season on a pod that I do. I said I can't see the football that we're supposedly trying to play last a whole season. For me, there's never a plan B. And a lot of people say, well, what's a plan B? Well, a plan B for me is when you're winning and you're 2-0 up against your biggest rivals, for example. It's a case of just shut shop for the next 15, 20 minutes, let them come at you, get them on the break. It just feels like it's just very attack. And I'm not all about that. I'm about have a bit of different, your in-game management a little bit. I like him as a person, I like what he stands for. He's a really good man manager. You can tell that the players want to play for him. It's just I don't think we've got the calibre of players to be able to play that system week in, week out.
If he was to go, Thomas Frank, what are you saying?
I like Thomas Frank. Again, it's that. But the thing is about Thomas Frank is he's been in the Premier League now for sort of 3-4 seasons, so he's got the gist of it. Is Tottenham a step up? Probably. I don't want to be disrespectful because Brentford are above us at the moment in the league. But for me, if a Thomas Frank come knocking, you've got to give this person a chance. I can't see Ange leaving anytime soon, but football and the football has to change a little bit to suit the players that we've got. It's just not good enough at the moment.
Antony, before we get on with the quiz, what's your podcast you do?
I sort of do Last Word on Spurs.
Cool.
On the odd occasion. And I called this last season, Tim, and I got absolutely battered from a lot of Spurs fans because I said I can't see a plan B, and I just got, what do you want Conte back? Do you want Mourinho back? I'm like, no, I'm not saying that. I just want to see a different type of football week in, week out, not so much attack if we can't defend. For us to score 4 goals week in, week out is virtually impossible. I know you boys did it against us the other day, but it's a case of football's not like that. If you win the odd game 1-0, 2-1 here, it's not bad. It's all about them 3 points, and that's what I'm all about.
Just a quick one, Ant. How much do you love Cole Palmer?
Oh, it's got cold in there.
Sorry. There's a delay there. Should we go with a quiz? Should we do that? Let's do that. Yeah?
Let's go on with
I was going to Helen for years.
Right, let me tell you the laws of the game. This week on the AZ, our featured letter was N. That's right. N. So all the questions will be about the letter N. There are 11 questions because there are 11 players on a football team. One of you will get 6. One of you will get only 5. It is unfair, but as we all know, football is unfair. This week, James will get 6 questions. Well, Liverpool are top of 2
That's so
leagues.
unfair.
That is unfair.
It's so unfair, isn't it?
But football is unfair. You also get 1 joke you can use to answer a question. You can use the joker only once. You can use it in the penalty shootout as well if you've got it saved over. We have only 2 jokers in the studio today. We have Joe and Tubes. Finally, at the end of the quiz, there'll be a penalty shootout. I'll explain that when we get there. You're both going to get a Soccer A to Z bucket hat, which everybody wants.
Guys.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Helen is keeping the score, and her word is final.
You look very well today, Helen. Just want to say that.
Thanks very much. Ah,
Helen, do you remember that time we went to level 42? That's all I'm
I
saying.
do. We're mates. We are. We're proper mates. me.
What? You went to a level 42 gig together?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
No. At Cambridge Corn Exchange. Governors.
I picked you up and dropped you off as well
You did, yeah?
Hold on, why
Yeah.
Cambridge?
because it was.
Oh, no.
Near,
Why? It was near me, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was near you. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, are you ready to start the quiz then? James.
Yeah.
Let's go.
N is for Napoli. Which one of these legends played more times for Napoli? A. Gianfranco Zola. B. Diego Maradona. Got two absolute legends of the game there played for Napoli. Who played more times for Napoli? Was it Zola or Maradona? Who do you think?
Oh. Well, I think Maradona was only there one season, wasn't he? Or two, maybe? And Zola was his understudy, wasn't he? Remember, he cleaned his boots, didn't he? I'm going to say Zola, because I think he stayed... Did he come from Napoli to Chelsea? I think he did, so I'll go with Zola.
Sadly, you're wrong. Zola,
Oh!
100.
So unfair!
Zola played 136 times, scored 36 goals. Maradona played 259 times and scored 115 goals. Yeah. Anthony, N is for Nigel Winterburn. Nigel Winterburn played 440 games for Arsenal over 13 seasons. But which club did he move to finish his career? Was it A, West Ham, B, Wimbledon, C, Wycombe Wanderers, or D, West Brom? I'm going D now because no one's
Offering a D.
Oh, wow.
I'm offering D. I'm throwing D in there.
And you've given him an Arsenal question.
I know. It's so unfair. That's A, West Ham.
West Ham, yeah,
Yeah,
correct, yeah.
played.
He played 82 games for West Ham. He also played for Wimbledon before he went to Arsenal. Played 165 games. He played a lot of games,
He was
didn't
part of
he?
the crazy gang, wasn't he? Nigel?
Yeah. James, N
Yes.
is for numbers, or you might be able to get
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Premier League squad numbers are allowed to go up to 99. Liverpool shirt numbers go the highest in the league. But which player has the highest number for the Reds? Is it A, Alexander Arnold, B, Quansah, C, Bradley, or D, Keller?
Oh, I think Trent is 66, Quansah's 78. I think Bradley's 84. I'm not sure what Keller is. Keller 70 something? I'm going to go for Conor Bradley.
Correct,
Oh,
84.
Hey!
Why do the numbers go so high?
Because remember we had that World Club Cup final thing, and it was the same day as a FA Cup game. So they flew the boys over to wherever it was, Qatar or somewhere that was, completely safe. And we had to play Villa, I think, in the FA Cup. And he just said, well, just to play all the kids. So he gave all the kids squad numbers. So that's from about 3 or 4 years ago, I think, maybe 3 years ago. So all of them have got like 88 and stuff. And then I think Trent's just kept his because he likes it.
Your knowledge of football, James, is so good. You know what? You should have your own
Amazing.
podcast as well. You should do one. Anthony.
Do one.
Yeah, do one. N is for Neil Warnock. Neil Warnock has managed 18 clubs. Name 5 of them. Oh, that is hard. I wouldn't be able to do that. Right, 18
Sheffield
clubs.
United.
Hold on, yeah, Sheffield United, good. Very good.
Torquay United.
Very good. Very good.
So unfair.
Sheffield United, Torquay. QPR.
Yeah, great. That's 3. Another 2.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
Good knowledge.
It's brilliant.
Blimey,
Knows
your
his stuff.
knowledge is...
And I want to say Barnsley, but it's not.
You can use one of your jokers if you want.
Oh, that's for the last one though. That's
All right, then do a joker then.
Who are you going to use? Are you going to use Joe or Tubes?
Tubes, go on, mate.
He recently managed Aberdeen.
He did indeed.
He did.
Yes, good use of the joker there. Well done.
Come on,
Well
Ad.
done, mate.
Cardiff.
James,
Middlesbrough.
question 5. N is for Nobby. Peruvian footballer Nobby Solano was a passionate footballer. He was also a passionate musician too. But what instrument does he play?
No idea.
Whoa, you can use one.
There's a lot on
Use
Soccer
a
AM
joker.
as well.
Yeah.
You can use a joker.
Anthony knows.
Yeah, I'll use my joker and I'll go with Joe, please.
Trumpet.
Trumpet, yeah. He's famously played the trumpet. He wanted to play saxophone as a child, but Nobby School only had a trumpet available. What's interesting is while at Villa, he would play Latin jazz duets with Dion Dublin on sax. When Bobby Robson took over as Newcastle manager, Nobby welcomed him by playing the trumpet down the phone to him. Nobby says, "I'm not sure he was too amused." Anthony, N is for Naeem. It was claimed, especially by Spurs fans, that in 1995, ex-Spurs player Naeem scored past Arsenal from the halfway line, but it wasn't quite the halfway line, was it? Who was he playing for? Was it A, Deportivo, B,
Real Zaragoza.
Yeah, he got it without the A, B, and C.
Sorry. I remember that because it was lovely.
Oh, look, the way these questions have landed, James. N is
Sorry, can I just go back to that last question? Wasn't that when Naeem lobbed Seaman over 70 metres?
James, N for North London Derby. Can you name 2 players that have played in the Derby for both clubs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7 here. 1, 2, 3. I've got
That's
8.
a really good question.
8.
That's a really good question.
2 players who played for both. I don't know.
Well, so I'm going to guess Sol Campbell's one of them.
I think you're right with Sol Campbell. He played 8 times for Arsenal and 13 times for Spurs.
Yeah, and then the other one, I don't know. Flipping heck. So Spurs and Arsenal. See, I can't think. Can I have a clue?
I can.
You can't have a clue, James. You can't have a clue.
The jokers have gone as well.
You've lost your joke.
No, damn it. Spurs and Arsenal.
Gonna have to rush you, I'm afraid.
Oh dear.
Do you know what? There's only a couple I would know out of these, so it's not too hard.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to give up there, James, on you. Anthony, what you saying?
William Gallas.
Yeah. Pat Jennings. Yeah.
Adebayor.
Yeah.
Adebayor.
Willie Young played for Spurs. Yeah, he did.
That.
3 games for
I didn't
Spurs.
know that.
Jimmy Robinson, who I don't know, and David Jenkins and Laurie Brown. So, yeah. All right. Question number 8. Anthony. N is for spelling. There are 6 clubs across the Football League beginning with N. Can you name 5 of them? Wow, 6. You've got to name 5. I don't think this is too hard, though.
Newcastle.
Yes, 1.
Northampton.
Cobblers.
Norwich.
Yes.
No, it's gone.
Okay, yeah. Anyone else got one?
Newport County.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
You could have had Forest.
Of course.
And
Notts County.
That's County.
Notts County, yeah.
Okay, this is not fair, this next question. James, N for Northampton Town.
Cobblers.
What is the club's
Cobblers.
nickname? The...
Cobblers.
No, it's true.
Yes.
Right.
That is so unfair.
I know.
That's so unfair, that.
Keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, but that's what we did on
Yeah, but you can't. We're trained like dogs.
Yeah. We can't have a go for that one.
You know, it's
Say
like the
Northampton,
postman
say
knocking
Cobblers.
at the door. The dog's going to bark.
Yeah,
innit?
exactly that.
That's so unfair, but football's unfair. Anthony, N is for Nottingham Forest. Forest are one of only 8 clubs to retain the European Cup. In 1979, a Trevor Francis header beat Malmo to lift the cup. And the following season, 1980, John Robinson scored the 20th minute against who so they could lift it again? Was it A, Bayern Munich? Was it B, Borussia Mönchengladbach? Or was it C, Hamburg? Who did they beat?
I'm gonna say A.
Bayern Munich? Nope.
Yeah.
It was
Hamburg.
Hamburg, was it?
Yeah. I'll give
Was
you.
that with Keegan?
I'll give
Was
you.
Keegan there then?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, he
there?
was. Yeah, I think he was. Yeah.
Was he?
Was he there, was he?
Was he Ballon d'Or that year?
I don't know, but he was playing, I think.
James, final question for
Yes.
you.
What's the score at the moment, by the way? What's the score?
I'm not telling you.
Helen keeps the score.
Oh.
She'll let you know at the end. You just concentrate on this question. James, and it's for Norwich City. Looking there is. Delia Smith was one of the greatest football owners we'd ever seen. Her greatest moment was in 2005 against City, Manchester City, when she took to the pitch at half-time after a few lagers and gave an impromptu speech. I will start the speech and you have to finish it. A message to all the best football supporters in the world. We need a 12th man here. Where are you? Where are you?
Let's be having you!
Yes. Well done. Let's be having you. Come on. This city, do you know she sold her majority stake in Norwich City Football Club to Norfolk Holdings. That is the end of the quiz so far. Helen, what are the scores?
Okay. As we know, James had 6 questions. He got 2 wrong. He has used his joker. He has 4 points. And Antony had 5 questions. He got 2 wrong. He's also used his joker. He has 3 points.
Oh, this is so exciting.
That's
It's
so
the world's
unfair.
best football quiz.
Can I just ask?
Yeah.
Did that speech have any impact? Did they just lose the game, or did they turn it around, or what?
Remember? Does anyone else
No,
remember?
no one can remember the game.
No, I don't remember the game. We just remember though I do think Delia's. I think she's amazing, don't you?
I'd love to know how she felt the next morning.
Oh, she'd have felt it
Oh,
horrific. She'd be like,
God.
"Oh, that."
Can we get her on the
What do you
phone?
think?
Don't know, but I loved her for it, didn't you? I think that was it.
Yeah.
You know, I loved it.
Yeah.
So we know they were playing Man City. It was 2-2 at half time. That's why she came on. And it ended 3-2 to Man City.
Didn't work.
Don't know why she bothered.
Right, remind us of the score before we go into the penalty shootout.
Oh, yeah. James has 4 points and Antony has 3. But James, of course, has the extra question because it's unfair.
It is unfair, and it is unfair because we're going to start with James in the penalty shootout. So you're going to take it in turns to name a player each, okay? Are you ready? We need to be strict on this. If you pause and take too long, you're out of it, okay?
Oh, brutal.
Starting with James, they don't have to have played with number 1 on their back, but name England number 1s. Name England goalkeepers. Go.
Gordon Banks.
Yes.
Paul Robinson.
Great, yes.
Peter Shilton.
Yes.
Nigel Martin.
That's a good one.
Chris Wood.
Oh, yeah.
Peter Shilton.
Peter Shilton's already been said.
Oh
no!
Oh no, he's gone early doors.
Oh no! Yes.
I've done a proper Tottenham, haven't I?
James, do you want to carry on and get another few more under your belt to prove your victory?
May as well. Ray Clements.
Yes.
That's the one.
May as well.
Dave Besant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe Corrigan.
Yeah.
Joe Corrigan.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
He's trying to go as obscure as he can, isn't he? Here.
Joe Hart.
Yeah.
Pickford. Yeah, that would be it. Fraser Forster.
Yeah. No one said David Seaman.
Richard Wright.
Yeah.
David James.
David Seaman. David James.
Robert Green.
Robert Green.
Ben Foster.
They're all there.
Scott
That's
Carson.
good. Scott
Helen,
Carson.
Yeah.
Peter Bonetti. Helen,
yeah.
can you tell us who won, please?
Anthony's gutted.
All right,
Look.
I'll do it properly, like rounding up the score. Okay, so Antony got 2 in the penalty shootout, and 3 plus 2 makes 5. And James, I think 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, got 9 in the penalty shootout. Is 30. I did stop though while everyone else was joining in, so you legitimately got 9, and then everybody else chucked a few in. So James has 13 points. James is
It's a bit unfair.
Hammering that.
Thank you, mate. Thank
Helen,
you, mate.
can you when you in your summary, could you use the word Spursy somewhere?
You're a true man, Lovejoy. You're a true man.
in the penalty shootout, Antony went completely Spurs.
Costa out.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. That's been brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a great Christmas, and we'll see you in the new year. Yeah.
And you. Have a good Christmas, all. God bless.
And you.
Lots of love.
Cheers.
Christmas.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. See you, James.
When the game gets it right, it's pure delight. This is what's right with
Craig Sheard says, matches over the festive period. We don't need any of this winter break woke nonsense.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I love Christmas
most football
football.
fans
Yeah.
do, don't they? Yeah.
If anything, there's almost too much of it.
No. More the merrier.
Make them play.
Owen Davies, the FA Cup Magic, Tamworth playing Tottenham in the third round. That's huge for non-league. It's always good, isn't it, to get a non-league fixture against a top-flight team. Always
Love
look
it.
forward
Yeah.
to that. Yep. Rubinho says, he's back. I think Rubinho's
Yeah, he's
a few.
ever present.
It's good. Yeah. Barry Bannon, every home game, he signs everything and takes loads of selfies with the fans. We like players like that.
Yep. Definitely.
Barry Bannon,
Tom-
good character.
And his little bogey that came down
Yeah,
out of his
remember
nose.
that, yeah.
Tom Barber says, kids crying on telly after their team loses a cup final. A life lesson that football is unfair.
Deal with it, kid.
Yeah, it is. Definitely.
Yeah, but I'm not sure because, what's right with football. I'm not sure if Tom Barber is putting that in because he says he likes seeing kids crying on the telly, or whether it's just because he thinks that they should be crying on the telly because at that age they should be.
So I think he's.
passionate about their team.
I think he's promoting the lesson they're learning about life being unfair. That's
I
what
think
football
you're
can
right.
do. Yeah.
And Andrew says, Wales women qualifying for their first major tournament. Congratulations.
Brilliant.
Well done.
Fair play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's all what's right with football.
A little bit of anything but football.
Yes, please.
You've had your footy fix, now it's time to switch. It's anything but football.
Now, what I say every week whilst helping society, and I think our podcast is going a long way to helping society.
Is there any proof of that?
None that we can.
Nothing concrete as yet.
Nothing. Yeah.
The results aren't in yet.
It's a feeling I've got though that we are. I think
Right.
we're
A
spreading
vibe.
joy, and we're changing things slowly. But I think it's starting to. It's a domino effect. It's going to ripple through the world. But I've got a serious question actually, and if you don't mind answering this, Tubes, it comes from Sean. How hard was it for Tubes to become sober? Any words of encouragement for others trying? You don't mind talking about this, do you?
I don't know. No, not
For anyone
at
who
all.
doesn't know, you gave up the booze. How long ago?
I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I made the decision that enough was enough 8 years ago.
8 years.
Yeah, so I'm 8 years sober. It's the best decision I ever made in my whole entire life. I truly believe if I didn't make that decision, I'd be dead.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if I wasn't dead, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now.
What was the thing which made you decide? Don't have to do the incident, but what in your head did you go? I can't.
Well, an alcoholic is the only person who can decide that they want to give up. A lot of people can say, "Oh, stop," and if you don't truly believe you want to give up, you can't, and you have to make the decision yourself. But it was just the constant upset I was causing my family.
Oh, right, the impact you're making on other people.
Yeah, especially my mum. My mum obviously lost my dad, her husband, and that's what stepped up my drinking. I knew I always had a problem with it. I loved it. I loved the buzz it gave me, and I was always chasing the buzz. But when Dad died, my drinking stepped up. About 6 months after I'd sort of looked after my brother and my mum, I just hit the bottle hard. But I was just causing so much pain to my mum. My friends was like starting to distance themselves on nights out. Like, I don't want to go out because they could see. I just couldn't stop drinking. Once I started, I just could not stop.
Can I ask you a question,
Of
which
course.
is maybe a bit personal, so you'd have to answer this? But had you gotten into the habit of doing secret drinking?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally. So I would. My whole life, the last few years of drinking was planned around drinking. So I'd look at what interviews I had, what the Chelsea fixture list, and it would all be like, I can drink then. So I would always, if I was going out to the pub, I'd always go to the off licence beforehand. and buy loads of little vodkas so I could carry on when last orders was called, but also for the next morning. So I'd get up in the morning and just down a load of vodka to get back on a level. So it's a really, really strong addiction, and I'm so glad that I decided to stop.
How hard was it for you to stop?
Very, very hard. I didn't truly believe, like I said at the start, you have to truly believe that you want to give up. But I found it so hard because it was my life. You know, literally that's all I cared about really at times was alcohol. So it was tough, but once I decided enough was enough and stopped, it was hard, but I'm so glad I did it.
And the thing is you said right at the start of there, you have to be the one to decide, because I used to pick you up, because you don't live far away from me. I used to pick you up in the mornings to drive you to Skye on a Friday, and I knew, and I used to try and talk to you about it, and you convinced me that you were fine. I would say, are you okay? And you go, yeah, I'm fine. And I would try and broach the subject gently. And at one point I got brave enough to say, do you think you've got a problem? And you went, oh God, no, not at all. And it's weird that you knew because of all the things that you said that you were doing, but you convinced me that you were okay.
Yeah, I mean, alcoholics are very, very good liars. And I just lied for years. So I remember you asking, and I always was cautious that I'd stunk because I'd been drinking in the morning. Some of the mornings you picked me up, I'd had a few vodkas to, keep on a level sort of thing. But I'd lie every single week. Like, I'd have so many tactics as well to hide it. Like, it got to the point where when Dad died, I moved back to Mum's house to look after Mum. But if I'd forgot my vodkas for the next morning, if I'd went out the night before, I'd find ways to get alcohol back into the house. So I'd leave like early doors. I'd get up at like 5:30, look under the bed, go, oh no, there's no vodka or there's no beer. So I'd go to the off license and I'd go in there. The poor lady would just be like, oh, you're back again, I know what you want. So I used to like wear football socks and like get the football tapes, you tape your socks off and put vodka in the football socks, because obviously my mum knew I had a problem. So she'd be searching the bag, show me the bag, show me your coat. But I'd have so many sort of things to get vodka back into the house. You're constantly lying as an alcoholic because you that's all you care about. So I did that.
Exhausting.
It was exhausting.
Absolutely exhausting.
It was.
Sean says, how hard was it? I suppose once you make the decision, is it hard once you make the decision?
Yeah, but you feel so much better when you actually admit that you are an alcoholic. And I chose to sort of make it public to help others, but also to help me. And it is hard because you have to, you'd think, especially in England, you'd go, right, Chelsea, booze. You go, after playing football, you go to the pub. How will you see your friends? You go to the pub. So it is hard. But, I just chose for a while not to go to those situations. I went to Chelsea, but I'd drive there, go straight in. And
you did it just by saying, I'm not going to drink anymore.
I stopped, completely stopped. I went to one AA meeting, which I always say helps millions across the world. But for me personally, I like the guest speaker. But when the guest speaker came on and said about his what happened to him through alcohol, I was like, this is what's going to happen to me. I'm going to lose it all. So that really helped. But I didn't really like the other stuff. It's not that I didn't like it. I just didn't think it would help me. I said, if I don't have that first drink, all hell won't break loose afterwards. Yeah. So that's how I live. Don't touch the first one.
And Sean says, any words of encouragement for others trying?
Talk to people. Let people know how you're feeling. Let people know that you have got a problem, because you'd be amazed the support you get when you do openly admit you have a problem. People, the amount of people now that say to me, well done, on social media, or my friends. If you're struggling on your own, it's going to be a hell of a lot harder. So a problem shared is a problem halved. So I'd talk to people and make sure people know that you're struggling.
This is the last show of the year. We will be putting our best out though, but we need to finish because we haven't. That's great, by the way, Jubes.
Well done,
really
Jubes.
good to talk about that. Really good.
Cheers.
And I'm sure you're going to help a lot of people with that. If you are struggling Hope that those words helped. Helen, before we go, we need to find out if there's any farm news. It's Christmas. I
was hoping that we weren't going to do farm news this week. I kind of fudged it on.
I heard you.
By saying I went to the darts. Go on.
I heard you found your phone.
Oh,
I found it.
Yeah, it was over by the sheep, wasn't it? But it needed recharging. It was down to 1 bar.
I can't even. I was really like, oh, Joe, yes, I found my phone. No, it wasn't by the sheep. Yeah, there was a bucket of rainwater. I don't know how it got in there. Bucket of rainwater with loads of leaves in it, brown, stinking water. And I just thought, I need to tip that water out. And the phone came out with it after a week. So, yeah, the phone's obviously completely dead. But, all right, have I fudged enough? That's the end of farm news.
No, but do you do anything special on Christmas Day for the animals?
Have we not got any Christmas farm news? Is that it?
But, hang on.
Right, okay. All right, Tubes. Yeah, Christmas Day is just exactly the same. Get up, go out, feed everything. It's everything has to be fed. They don't know it's Christmas. They don't know it's Christmas time. Right. Nobody.
Hold on. Let's hear Helen. Come on. What have we got?
Okay. All right. Don't call the RSPCA. All right, because I think this is going to probably sound worse than it was. I had to move the pigs. The 2 pigs that I'm fostering for the charity. I had to move them because their pen was just absolutely bogged. We had all the storms and everything, so I moved them to a different area. I'm in the feed store, which is like a wooden stable type thing, next door to the pigs, and I can hear them, and they started to break in. They pulled a panel off of the side, so these 2 piggy noses came through, and I'm in the feed store, and there's buckets and buckets and buckets of feed everywhere, and I'm thinking, I cannot let these pigs come in. I had a wooden spoon because I was mixing up a bran mash, and I had to bop them on the end of their noses to get them out of this slat that they'd pulled off the wall, and it was like a live version of whack-a-mole. I had to smack them on the noses, and they were squealing, and I was ringing Pete at the same time going, get down here, and all he could hear was squeak, 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 while I was bopping their noses with this wooden spoon. It wasn't to hurt them, it was to make them feel like they shouldn't come any further, because if they'd got into the feed store, it would have been absolute chaos, and I would have never have got them out there. So I did it for their own benefit. Don't grass me up to the RSPCA for swatting my pigs with a wooden spoon.
I won't. It's Christmas time, isn't it? So do you think?
Didn't you say a couple of weeks ago you'd taken on a couple of turkeys?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
How are they feeling at the moment? Are they looking over their shoulders?
No, they're absolutely fine.
Great escape. They're plotting, aren't they? It's Christmas. We can escape. Let's get out beforehand. That's the end of this week's show. We'll be back in the new year with the letter.
Ooh.
What are we now? Letter O. We do have a best of, which will go out very shortly, though.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Hope you have a great rest of the year, and we'll see you in 2025.